All right, guys, welcome to session 2. Here you have a table. You were introduced to the theme of the table in our last conversation that we had, and now we're kind of diving in one layer deeper. Now, this table right here represents my life and the different things on it. Each element of food kind of represents something maybe about me, and I want you to consider your life as a table too for a second. What's on it right now? Is there some nice candles? Is there some good placemats, some really fine china? Is there some silverware maybe that is super nice or something like that? Or are we eating off of paper plates and foil and things of that nature? You see, this table in particular, I want to speak about it in detail. I reached out to our staff this morning and asked them to send me their favorite food from Roma's. Roma's is one of our favorite places as a staff. We really enjoy it, and I was just like, hey, what is your favorite meal there? Send it to me. I'm going to pick it up for you, and then we can have that food later on. And so they sent all this stuff to me, but just for the moment, we'll get to that in just a second, but just for the moment, like all this stuff that's at the table represents things that are in our lives. Some things like we know about, right? Like my plate is over here. Like my favorite food is over here on this side, and I'm going to be enjoying that in a little bit. But there's other elements that are at our tables that like we don't even realize are there because we never take the time to stop and think, okay, what's going on in my life? What kind of inventory can I take to understand what's in my life? Where am I spending my time? What's my money going to? Or what am I thinking about my money going to? Who is at my table? And so on and so forth. And these are questions that if we're going to be healthy Christians and we're going to take the first step of spiritual formation, the first step, then we're going to have to take inventory. That's going to be an important word for us in this session. Inventory of our lives is when we come before God and we simply speak the truth to God about what all is in our lives at our table. We let Him investigate and show us places that maybe we've hidden from other people, or maybe we've tried to hide from Him. We let Him go and show us where the trash is, and we let Him go and show us maybe where the cracked plate is, or whatever the case may be that needs to be repaired. And we go and show it, let Him show us like, hey, there's too much junk food here, there's too much of this here, or whatever the case may be, so that way we can become healthy people. It's all just a metaphor, really. And then you have the other element of the table as we take inventory too, and that's who is at your table. You see, this is a meal that is prepared for some of the closest people to me. Some of those people that I'm doing life with on a daily basis because we work in the same church and we share the same office space and so on and so forth. We spend a lot of time together. And so this table represents a lot of the life that I'm living with other people. And so does your table. The table that is your life is going to have people seated around it. Who are those people? Are those people that are helping you run after God? Are those people that are maybe adding to some of the lack of health or maybe some of the brokenness that you're experiencing? Are they people that you can go to and you can talk to about anything? Or are they people that are just going to tell you that you're right even when you're wrong? You see, we all have a life, right? And we all have a table, and there's certain things on that table, and there's people around that table that we've got to know exactly what's there. And so we invite God. We join with Psalm 139 and say, search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. That's a bold prayer there in Psalm 139. Sometimes I have prayed that and I have been terrified of what God might reveal. But for us, it's something we have to do. We have to take inventory. We have to invite God to our table and say, okay, God, I need you to show me everything that's there. So this session, you're going to be taking inventory. You're going to be asking questions like, what's at my table? Who is at my table? Where am I spending my time? What am I spending my money on? Where are all my thoughts at? Maybe I have bad thoughts. And that's at my table. That's a part of my life. Maybe I have good thoughts, and that's at my table and part of my life. Maybe I'm reading my Bible 30 minutes a day, or maybe some people in the room are like, well, I don't ever read the Bible. And some people are like, hey, I read the Bible an hour a day. Who knows? But it's like there's good things at the table. There's bad things at the table. There's good people at the table. There's bad people at the table. But we've got to be able to be honest with God and honest with ourselves about what's going on at the table. It's time to take inventory. We'll talk to you soon.